Breathing is the first thing you ever did. It's primal, automatic, instinctive. But what if this ancient reflex holds the power to heal you from within? Most people take over 20,000 breaths a day. And yet, almost none of them awaken the body's true intelligence. Because they were never taught this, your breath is not just survival, it's a sacred tool for transformation. In this video, you'll discover a forgotten breathing ritual, one that restores your energy, rewires your system, and reconnects you to the soul itself. So pause, sit down, choose a quiet space, take one conscious inhale, and if you're truly ready, like, comment, and subscribe before we begin. Your breath is about to become your medicine. No one taught you how to breathe, not your parents, not your doctors, not even the world that told you breathing is just automatic. But that belief that breath is something you can ignore is the exact reason why you're stuck. What if I told you the way you've been breathing your whole life is keeping you from healing? That each unconscious breath is slowly silencing the most powerful healing force inside you. Pranayama is not about air. It's about prana, the raw life energy coded into every inhale. And when that code is misused, your body doesn't thrive. It deteriorates. You may feel anxious, foggy, disconnected, tired for no reason. You might think it's stress, diet, age, but underneath all of that is your breath. Because breath is not just survival, it's signal. It's your nervous system's most ancient language, and right now you're not speaking it. Ancient sages believed breath was a bridge, a sacred current connecting the body, the emotions, and the soul. Not a function, a ritual, but modern life, it reduced it to a reflex, a background process. Something to ignore while you scroll, stress, rush, and distract yourself into sickness. That's why pranayama was never just a technique. It was a law of being, a map, a key. And when followed, it unlocks immunity, emotional balance, and the inner fire that you forgot was even there. So here's the question no one dares to ask. If breath is life, then why are you not mastering it like your life depends on it? Because it does. In the next part, you'll discover what pranayama really is and why the world hid its true meaning for thousands of years. If this resonates with something deep inside you, then don't ignore it. Like this video, comment what your body is trying to tell you. And pranayama is not about breathing better, it's about remembering that breath is power. But the world you live in, it reduced that power into a fitness hack, a relaxation tip, a cute yoga add-on. That's a lie. Pranayama isn't about calming down, it's about waking up. The word itself reveals what was never meant to be hidden. Prana means life force, not oxygen, but the invisible current that fuels your cells, thoughts, emotions, and intentions. And ayama means expansion, control, extension. So what is pranayama? It is the ancient art of expanding your life force, of stretching your soul across breath, time, and space. And it was never created for wellness trends. It was created by sages who knew that the breath is the steering wheel of consciousness. Think about this. You can't control your heartbeat, your digestion, your hormones. But breath, that's the one system that is both automatic and voluntary. That is not an accident. That is a sacred invitation to take back control. Because when you control your breath, you're not just influencing air. You're influencing your nervous system, your mood, your immune response, and even the way your DNA expresses itself. Pranayama isn't soft, it's radical. It's the most gentle rebellion against a world that profits from your disconnection. And the ancients knew this. That's why they treated breath like prayer, like ceremony, like alchemy. So ask yourself now, how have you been treating it? When was the last time you became aware of your breath, not to survive, but to remember who you are beneath the noise? Because without awareness, breath is just mechanics. But with awareness, breath becomes divine technology. And in the next part, we'll reveal the invisible architecture inside your body that prana flows. Your body is not just flesh, bones, and blood. It's an antenna, a living map of flowing energy. And the ancients knew it long before science caught up. They called it the system of Nadis, over 72,000 invisible channels carrying prana throughout your physical and energetic form. You can't see them, you can't touch them, but they control everything: your mood, your clarity, your immunity, your spiritual awareness. So what happens when these channels get blocked? You feel stuck. You get anxious for no reason. You lose passion, focus, connection. Your body doesn't just get sick, it becomes disconnected from its source. And here's the shocker: most people have never cleared these channels in their entire life. They live decades with blocked energy, like trying to run electricity through tangled wires. And they wonder why they burn out. But ancient yogis didn't wonder. They mapped it. They named the 3 core rivers of energy inside the spine: Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida, the lunar, cooling, feminine current. Pingala, the solar, fiery, masculine current. Sushumna, the central divine channel where awakening happens. And through specific pranayama practices, they learn to balance these forces, activating the center, clearing the path, awakening higher states of consciousness. This wasn't meditation. It was energy engineering, an ancient form of neuroalchemy. Now pause. Has anyone ever taught you how to cleanse this inner circuitry? Of course not. Because a calm, connected, self-powered human doesn't need pills, doesn't need distractions, doesn't consume like a slave. That's why this map was buried, forgotten, until now. And in the next part, we'll uncover the 3 sacred breathing techniques passed down from these masters and exactly how they were designed to restore your inner grid. But before, you've heard of deep breathing. But what if I told you depth isn't the key? What if precision is? What if timing, sound, and intent unlock doors inside your body that air alone never could? Ancient yogis didn't just breathe. They engineered breath the way monks shape mantras, the way mystics shape light, through sacred formulas passed down in silence. And there are 3 core techniques hidden in plain sight yet never taught to the masses. Let's begin. The first is Nadi Shodhana, the alternate nostril breath. On the surface, it balances the left and right brain, but beneath that, it's a ritual to harmonize Ida and Pingala, the sun and moon, the masculine and feminine currents running through your spine. When you alternate nostrils, you're not just balancing breath, you're balancing existence. The second is Bhramari, the humming bee breath. A gentle exhale through the nose, vibrating like a sacred hum. But here's the mind bomb. That vibration stimulates the vagus nerve, the switchboard of your parasympathetic nervous system. This isn't breathwork. This is bio-spiritual tuning. And then comes Kapalabhati, the skull-shining breath. Short, forceful exhales. A fire bellows in the belly. Ancients used this to clear mental fog, awaken the frontal lobe, and burn away energetic toxins. Modern science calls it sympathetic activation. But yogis knew it's soul ignition. Each of these breaths isn't a technique, it's a ritual of remembrance, a way to command prana with precision. So ask yourself, if these methods were built to cleanse, reset, and awaken your entire being, why are they not in every school, every hospital, every healing space? Simple, because breath this powerful makes you self-sovereign, and sovereign beings don't follow systems. They build new realities. In the next part, we'll dive deep into the science that validates everything you just felt, from vagus nerve stimulation to energetic detox at the quantum level. You were told science and spirituality don't mix, but that's only true if your science is scared of mystery and your spirituality is afraid of proof. Because what yogis knew thousands of years ago, neuroscience is just beginning to confirm. Let's start with your vagus nerve, the master switch of your parasympathetic nervous system. When stimulated, it slows your heart rate, calms inflammation, restores digestion, and induces deep emotional peace. And guess what triggers it almost instantly? Slow, rhythmic breathing, especially like Bhramari Pranayama. Now go deeper. Studies from Harvard and Stanford show that conscious breathing modulates activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that controls decision-making, empathy, and emotional regulation. So when you breathe with intention, you're not just calming down, you're sculpting your brain. What about immunity? One word: oxygen. Not more of it, but better delivery and usage. Kapalabhati breath has been shown to improve CO2 tolerance, which increases your cell's ability to absorb oxygen more efficiently. This isn't woo-woo, it's cellular bioefficiency in action. And here comes the paradox no one wants to admit. Most of us are over-breathing, taking shallow, fast breaths all day long, which triggers the sympathetic system, fight, flight, cortisol, chaos. You think you're relaxed, but your body is on high alert. Pranayama flips the switch, from alert to aligned, from reaction to regulation. This isn't magic, it's mechanics. This isn't mysticism, it's neuroalchemy. And this is exactly why mainstream systems never taught it to you. Because once you realize that one conscious breath can rewire your brain, reset your body, and reclaim your energy, you stop outsourcing your healing, you stop obeying fear, and you start breathing like a sovereign being. But knowing this isn't enough. In the next part, you'll discover why most people still fail. You would think breathing is the simplest thing in the world. You've done it since birth. You're doing it now. But here's the paradox. Almost no one breathes correctly, and even fewer know why that matters, because breath isn't just mechanical. It's behavioral. It mirrors who you are and how you live. Shallow breath equals shallow awareness. Rushed breath equals reactive thinking. Chaotic breath, unprocessed trauma. So when someone says, "I tried breathwork, it didn't work for me," they're not failing the technique, they're being revealed by it. Why do most people fail? Because true pranayama doesn't flatter your comfort zone, it confronts it. It forces you to sit in silence when your mind is screaming for noise. It forces you to slow down when your identity is addicted to urgency. It demands presence in a world that sold you distraction as medicine. And the deepest reason most people fail, they think breath is just about the lungs. They don't understand your breath is your story. Every exhale carries memory. Every inhale invites rebirth. But that kind of awareness, it terrifies people. Because once you awaken to your breath, you have no one left to blame for your disconnection. It's not your job, it's not your childhood, it's your breath. And now it's your choice. Pranayama is not a trick, it's not a wellness trend, it's a mirror. And most people are too afraid to look into it. Because deep down they know it will show them the truth, but you're still here. That means something inside you is ready, not for a technique, but for a shift. And in the breathe in, now stop. What if I told you that breath was never just about oxygen? That behind every inhale is a wave of information, and behind every exhale, a vibration of intention. We've seen pranayama from the physical, from the nervous system, from the sacred traditions, but this is where things get quantum. Modern physics tells us, at the smallest level, matter doesn't exist as solid. It exists as waves, frequencies, collapsing into form based on observation and intent. And guess what? Your breath is the carrier of that frequency. It's the code that shapes your field. It's the bridge between your subconscious program and your manifested reality. Because here's what no one dares to say, Your breath is not reacting to your life. Your life is reacting to your breath. The emotions you carry while breathing, fear, love, anger, presence, become electromagnetic signals rippling into the field around you. Pranayama doesn't just change your mood, it changes your frequency, and frequency is creation. So when you breathe like a victim, fast, shallow, chaotic, you emit confusion. But when you breathe with sacred intention, long, present, coherent, you recode the field around you. You tell the quantum, I am ready, not to survive, but to sovereignly create. That's why ancient mystics didn't just breathe. They whispered reality into existence through breath. They didn't pray with words, they prayed with vibration. And if this sounds insane, good. It means your ego is shaking and your soul is finally waking. Because in the next part, we bring this truth down into practice. You'll learn how to begin your own sacred breath ritual, to rewire your body, recenter your mind, and rebirth your inner world. You've listened, you've remembered. Now it's time to return to the breath, but not as something automatic, as something sacred. This is not a workout. This is not a biohack. This is a ritual of re-entry into your body, your energy, your soul. So before you begin, sit, straight spine, chin slightly down, eyes closed or gently open, soft like moonlight. Let the outside world fade. This moment is yours. Step 1, stillness. Take 3 gentle breaths, no force. Just awareness. Inhale through the nose, feel your ribs expand. Exhale through the mouth, feel your body melt. Let your breath find you. Step 2, coherence. Begin Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Close your right nostril. Inhale through the left, switch. Exhale through the right. Inhale again, switch. Exhale, repeat. 5 full rounds. As you do, visualize your inner energy balancing, lunar and solar, mind and body, left and right. Step 3, presence. Now shift to Bhramari, the humming breath. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale with a soft mm, like a honeybee inside your skull. Let the sound vibrate behind your eyes, down your throat, into your chest. Do this for 60 seconds. Let it cleanse the static. Let it awaken the still voice inside you. Then sit in silence. Let breath breathe you. This is the door, the ancient gate. Don't rush to feel something. Let what's buried rise. Let what's broken soften. Let what's divine return. Because in this breath you are not fixing yourself. You are remembering yourself. And now that you've stepped into the ritual, there's only one question left. Will you go back to normal? Or will you breathe like your soul has awakened from a 1,000-year sleep? In the final part, we close this journey and open the next. Because once you've tasted sacred breath, you can never go back to silence again. You've listened, you've remembered. Now it's time to return to the breath, but not as something automatic, as something sacred. This is not a workout. This is not a biohack. This is a ritual of re-entry into your body, your energy, your soul. So before you begin, sit, straight spine, chin slightly down, eyes closed or gently open, soft like moonlight. Let the outside world fade. This moment is yours. Step 1, stillness. Take 3 gentle breaths, no force, just awareness. Inhale through the nose. Feel your ribs expand. Exhale through the mouth. Feel your body melt. Let your breath find you. Step 2, coherence. Begin Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Close your right nostril. Inhale through the left. Switch. Exhale through the right. Inhale again. Switch. Exhale. Repeat. Five full rounds. As you do, visualize your inner energy balancing lunar and solar, mind and body, left and right. Step 3, presence. Now shift to Bhramari, the humming breath. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale with a soft like a honeybee inside your skull. Let the sound vibrate behind your eyes, down your throat, into your chest. Do this for 60 seconds. Let it cleanse the static. Let it awaken the still voice inside you. Then sit in silence. Let breath breathe you. You were never broken, you were only breathless, trapped in a world that taught you how to speak, how to work, how to obey, but never how to breathe. Now you know. Breath is not just survival, it is sacred memory, a ritual, a key. And every inhale from this moment forward can be a declaration. I remember who I am. This is not the end. This is your return. So if something inside you awakened today, don't let it go quiet like this video. Comment what you're taking with you. Subscribe if you're ready to explore the other ancient codes hidden inside you. The breath brought you here.